And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we will stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our QSO-VLOG network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, fullest sounding broadcast station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I thought I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the QSO-VLOG network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 1,480 QSO-VLOG Aircheck recordings. Our mission statement for the network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we'll be running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring Rochester, New York, Milford, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, and Arlington, Virginia, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of this selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specifically oriented dipole antenna. One leg of this dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch, but you'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all of our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations, QSA 5, to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Let us help to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, one final note, since this is an area of the band where we have many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our QSO-VLOG net to keep their bandpass to no wider than 100 to 2900. Again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, and now let's check in and see if Charlie, K1GZL, is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I have beautiful copy. You're 20 over 9 direct. Outside, once in a while you see a couple flakes in the air. The high was 3 degrees Fahrenheit above zero. The low was 7 below, with a chill factor of 20 to 30 below zero this morning, and some more light snow during the night. So we've had 101 inches of snow for the season, 40 inches in the month of January. So I'm topping great, and Captain Mike, who we normally work, Aeronautical Mobile, is home on his 2-week stay. So it'll be about 10 days before he gets back on. So if you copy, I've got a couple words coming in from Ian. I recorded on 40 meters this morning. Jim, go ahead.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. Well, proceed. Let's hear, was it New Zealand or let's see, where's the other place? I can't think right now.
Well, he's about 55 miles or 80 kilometers northwest of Melbourne, Australia. He did visit me once, and it was a good contact this morning. But here is Ian this morning.
Down the bank, about 40 over 9. I'm on a short skip over the right to radar, but I'll be copying everyone. All right, well, say hello, goodbye. I'll be back in here tomorrow. We've had almost 2 inches of rain since yesterday. Had some great rain, very nice rain. So, Charlie, okay, good morning. K1GZL on the company, 73 to kilo 3 Mike Oscar.
Okay, Jim, how did Ian come through this on that one? Go ahead.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And Australia, of course. How could I have forgotten Australia, Charlie? I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem at all. And the band was not as good yesterday. The signals were down. I think we had a bit of solar activity yesterday, but obviously that cleared up. But they're coming in magnificent. I'll get that word out. Magnificently today, Jim. It's just like you're sitting right next to me in the shack. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie. Well, I was on my local antenna. You were doing about a 10 over or 12 over on my local antenna. I moved on your last transmission to Rochester, which you were about a 15 over, and then moved on into Milford, and you were about a 20 overs. Like I could hear the mice breathing in the radio shack there in Milford, Roger.
Radio shack there in Milford, Roger.
Okay, that shows the propagation is not bad. I won't hold it too awfully long here. By the way, here's your signal.
You're about a 15 over, and then moves on into Milford, and you were about a 20 over. So, like I could hear the mice breathing in the radio shack there in Milford, Roger.
Okay, Jim, I hope that came through. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine style. And I'm so happy that, well, I don't know if I'm happy or not. Do you like that lower temperature? They're about 2 degrees?
You like that lower temperature? They're about 2 degrees?
I'd like to see it about 25. That's when it's comfortable. In fact, I believe it was, it might have been the day before yesterday, we had a high of 28 degrees, and I had the roof rake out, raking snow off of the roof, and the sun was so warm, and the wind was light, and I could have taken off all the clothes off of my upper part, and been very comfortable. The humidity was low, and it's just amazing after being blasted by real cold air to have a day way up in the upper 20s with no wind and the sun beating down and reflecting off the snow. It almost feels like you're in Africa. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, a sunny day in Miami, I'm sure, for you, but not for me. I'd still be cold. Well, let me say 73 up that way, Charlie. Always good to start our QSO-VLOG net with your input. Roger, Roger.
QSO-VLOG net with your input. Roger, Roger.
Okay, well, it's always a pleasure, and keep up the good work on letting the people know, the other hams know how they're doing with the new equipment, changes, and so on. That is a valuable incentive you have to help the people out with new rigs and so on. It's great. So 73, Jim, and you're right out on a clear frequency, and I certainly will look forward to working you next Friday at this time. Let's all stay healthy. KC9VKV, K1GZL. Been a pleasure, of course.
Roger, Roger, Charlie, 73. This is just a reminder of the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. My name is Jim, KC9VKV, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. And we are recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV along with today's date, 1/29/21, and that will take you to this recording. If you just do a search for KC9VKV, that would take you to our QSO-VLOG page, and on that page you'll be looking at about 1,480 some odd QSO-VLOG recordings. So this is today also we're running our ISI, our input source indicator, and this device keeps track of our input source selections. So when I switch from my radio to one of my SDRs, it shows up on our video. You have to go to YouTube to do a call letter search for KC9VKV and pick our audio for today. This is KC9VKV. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
VKV, if you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Alpha 3WA.
The WA station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
Phonetically with your call sign, please. Alpha 3 Whiskey Alpha.
I copy that as Alpha 3 Whiskey Alpha. Is that a Roger?
3 Whiskey Alpha. Is that a Roger? Alpha 3 Whiskey Alpha.
Alpha 3 Whiskey Alpha. Is that a Roger?
Whiskey Alpha. Is that a Roger? Roger, Jim. Thank you very much.
Roger, what's the name there, sir?
Roger, what's the name there, sir?
I'm Nick. I'm near Huntingdon Valley, Pennsylvania, 15 miles north of Philadelphia. That's November. Putting out about 90 watts. If you like, I can pump up the power, Jim. Back to you.
How much power you got to pump up there?
Say again?
How much power do you have to pump up?
Well, I can easily give you 250 watts. Shall I try?
Yes, sir, please. Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use. Okay, Nick, try it again.
Yes, AA3WA. To you, Jim. KC9 Victor Kilo Victor.
Roger, Nick, and what radio are you running today, sir?
I have an ICOM 7300, feeding an 800, feeding an ALS 600 to an off-center fed dipole.
Roger there, Nick. Well, let's see if we want to get our setup going. Our first maneuver would be to bring up our compressor at a 3. Engage the compressor at a 3. Roger.
for 5. It's now at 3.
Yes, sir. Now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you get to your ALC, but you'll want to speak rather quickly so you can get that meter up to see where it is, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with your mic gain control, we want you to adjust your ALC for our mid-scale to 2/3 operation.
Mid-scale to 2/3 operation. I'm not sure I got what I need to do is go to my linear and adjust the ALC. How again, Jim? I'm sorry.
No, on your radio. Go to the ALC on your radio. Bring up your ALC meter on your radio, and as you speak fairly quickly with mic gain in hand, adjust your ALC, your radio ALC, to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3.
Mid-scale to 2/3. Okay, you're going to have to go to somebody else. I apparently don't know my radio enough to adjust the ALC. I'm sorry, Jim.
All right, well, just take note to self. When you get a chance and find out where your ALC is, you want to adjust that. You'll be transmitting, you'll hit transmit, and you're looking at your ALC, and you're speaking rather quickly into your microphone, and you're adjusting your microphone with your mic level control to where your radio ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Scale to 2/3. Roger? I got you that now. Thank you very much, Jim.
Okay. And I think once you do that, I think your EQ will sound pretty good. But, you might check in next week and let me hear you with your revised ALC adjustment, and we'll see how your EQ works with that. Roger?
EQ works with that. Roger? Roger, Jim. That would be at 3:30 next Friday, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We start around 3:30, record live till 5. Roger?
Record live till 5. Roger? I appreciate your help. KC9, Victor Kilo Victor. This is AA3WA. I'll say 73 and I'll listen. Thank you.
Roger, Nick. 73 that way, sir. Thanks for checking by, and we'll see you next week. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Want to check out? Give me a shout. Alpha Mike.
There was an Alpha Mike station. Alpha Mike station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
Phonetically with your call sign, please. This is Kilo Echo 4, Alpha Mike Quebec. The name is Fred, and I'm in Florida.
Was that Fred in Florida?
Was that Fred in Florida? Yes, sir. Correct.
Roger, just out of curiosity, what part of Florida?
What part of Florida? I am in a little town called Arcadia, Florida. It's right in the center of the state.
Roger that, Fred. And what radio are you running today, sir?
What radio are you running today, sir? I am running a Yaesu 101E.
101E, Roger.
101E, Roger. Yep, I just resurrected this thing from the dead like 2 days ago, and I'm using the YM34 microphone.
Yes, sir. Well, it's on frequency for sure. And do you have a compressor on that radio?
A compressor on that radio? I bypassed the compressor because I was having an issue with it, so I bypassed it. Now, this microphone has 2 settings. One is 50K and the other one is 600. I believe I got it on the 50K right
now. How old is your radio? Is your radio tube type or just early transistorized or what?
Transistorized or what? It's the Yaesu 101E. It's a hybrid. It's transistor and then the finals are tubes. It uses a pair of 6 JS6s.
Alrighty. What's your mic gain setting?
Mic gain setting. My mic gain right now is set at about the 50% division.
Try that again. Has it got a number? 1 to 100, 1 to 10?
1 to 100, 1 to 10. 1 to 10, and I'm set at 5.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, that switch is an impedance match switch that you have on your microphone, and it's working fairly well where it is. So I would just leave that. And you said you had a problem with your compressor on that radio?
With your compressor on that radio? Yes, there was a problem with the compressor board, so I bypassed that board. I don't have any compression on this radio, and I am running the mic gain at 5, and it goes up to 10, so I'm at 50%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And does it have an ALC meter?
Does it have an ALC meter? Yes, and if I click to the ALC meter, I don't get any reading at all, so I'm sure that's not working.
Well, you're barely on the air with a wing and a prayer, Roger.
The air with a wing and a prayer, Roger. Right. But I did run it through my scope. I don't see any splattering or nothing. And like I said, this radio is about 50 years old.
Yes, sir. Now, does it have onboard equalization?
Equalization? No. It's a 50-year-old radio.
Well, I mean, if you stop to think, it wasn't that long ago before we had, equalization on board. But I'm trying to shape your audio and try to figure out how to work with you when you have very little to work with. Your audio needs to be probably a little brighter, so I would suggest that we use the opposite of the proximity effect, and you back off your microphone maybe a couple of inches and bump your audio up, and by working your mic further back, you will have a little brighter sound than what you have at the moment, Roger.
Okay, I backed off away from the mic, and I went up a little bit with the mic gain. Now, do you think I should put the switch in the 600 position? I'm in the 50K position now for impedance.
Yes, sir. Well, your radio, that radio is high impedance input, and so you're exactly correct with running that in the 50K position, Roger. And your audio is sounding better now that you've backed up. So I would suggest that you just put a reminder in your brain that you want to back up and work that mic just like you did that last transmission, Roger.
Okay, that sounds very good. I also have a W2IA slide that I was thinking about wiring up to this radio. I have about 21 HF rigs here, so I'd like to just take one down off of the shelf and move it around. And, some of these older rigs like this, you need to power them up every once in a while so they don't go flat on you. Over.
Oh, yes. Well, you have a lifetime of opportunity to keep those radios working. That will probably be your saving grace in your older age. You have so many radios that you have to be dedicated to keep checking out, Roger.
Oh, Roger. This is probably the oldest rig I have, and like I said, it's 50 years old. And then the newest rig I have is a Yaesu FTTX 9000, which has all of the equalization, and I'm running radio.
Roger, Fred. Well, incidentally, I'm copying you through the Georgia SDR, one of my 4 that I run to try to keep up with everybody outside of my local antenna. And you are probably about an 8 or a 10 into the Georgia SDR, Roger?
The Georgia SDR, Roger. Roger. Are you making a recording of this audio right now so I can listen to it or no?
Yes, sir, Fred. We do record live from 3:30 till 5 every Friday afternoon. So we are recording, and what you do is you go to YouTube and you do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 1/29/21, and that will take you directly to this recording, Roger. Roger.
And when, James, when will it be posted?
We'll have it up within 48 hours, and within 2 days, right?
Okay, very good. I won't hold you up. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to talk to you. I thank you for the help, and you're very knowledgeable on the audio and different things, and I thank you for all of that. So 73, James, from KE4AMQ in Arcadia, Florida. Have a good day.
Roger, Roger, Fred, and just be sure and keep your mic gain control exactly where it is, because you are showing that you're a 3 dB dynamic range audio-wise, so you are just exactly perfect with a 3 dB without the compressor, so you're doing very, very well, and I would run it just like that. I wouldn't change a thing. 73, Fred, we'll catch you down the road if you get a chance to join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Delta 2.
Kilo Delta 1, Kilo Tango.
Kilo Tango Station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
With your call sign phonetically. Good afternoon. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. Kilo Delta 1, Kilo Tango. My name is Keith. Kilo Echo India Tango Hotel. I'm 50 miles northwest of Boston, Mass. Over.
Roger, Keith, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Radio you're running today, sir? I have the FTDX 3000 Yaesu. I'm using the MD100. I have the processor level at 35. Audio set also. Equalizer is on, but I'm not using much compression. They both set at 35. The amplifier is the Yaesu Quadra. I'm putting out 800 watts, driving it with about 50 watts of drive into a 4-element, on this band, a 2-element Yagi. 2-element Yagi, over.
Roger, Keith, well, I've looked at your audio, sir, and you could stand a little processing there. I would engage that compressor at about a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what it needs to do as far as us moving towards a 3 dB dynamic range transmission. Roger, Roger.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for the advice. So I can engage it a little more than I have it, right?
Yes, sir. At 3, I'm assuming you have a 1 to 10. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, I believe I have it at. I think I have it at 3 now. Maybe I have 0. I don't have the MD100 doing any amplification. I have that just as an open mic. Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so you put your radio compressor on a 3, and then we'll move to the ALC. Roger.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'll do that, and I'll leave it to the next guy. Thank you for the advice. KC9 Victor Kilo Victor, KD1 KT clear. I got to go and take care of something else. Bye-bye.
Roger, Keith. Well, we're about half done on our setup, but, what we want you to do is move to that ALC with mic gain in hand and then adjust the ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation. Roger?
I'm getting the nod from the wife that I have to walk the dogs. I'll get you next time. Over.
Roger, Keith. 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Charlie 4, Sierra Mike.
Kilo Charlie 4. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign, please, sir.
Kilowatt Charlie 4, Sierra Mike.
Roger, Roger, and the name there?
The name here is Steve, Jim.
All righty, Steve, whereabouts are you located, sir?
I am located about 10 miles east of Roanoke, Virginia. I spoke to you last week when we tuned up my IC7000. Today I'm on an IC746 Pro, barefoot radio at 100 watts, running a 80-meter OCF dipole.
Oh, Roger that. So for our setup procedure, move to your compressor on at a 3 to begin our setup.
Okay, I currently have it at 4. I'll take it down to a 3. I think the default setting on this radio is 5.
Yeah, we need a 3. We need about a third of its possibilities. Roger, Roger.
QSL. Okay, it's now set to 3.
Yes, sir. And then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and where you speak fairly quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you can see where the meter is. Adjust your ALC by way of mic gain control to where it's reading mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm about 30, 40% on the mic gain. I think this is about right here.
By the way, I'm also running an Electro Voice ND767 dynamic microphone with a homebrew preamp.
Roger, Roger. Well, the actual mic gain level is not that important. What it is the effect that your mic gain has on your ALC. So while looking at your ALC, you want to adjust your mic gain to where it's reading mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, I think well, that pretty much went full scale on the ALC that time, but the problem with the hand mic as opposed to the headset mic is that, sometimes I move back and forth, so I try to stay a couple inches away from the microphone, so I think I've got it set about correct now.
Roger, you're talking about the hand mic?
Yeah, using a hand mic, or in this case the desk microphone that's on a stand right in front of me. Sometimes I tend to lean into the mic a little bit or lean back a little too far, as opposed to the headset that's just always at the proper spacing once you set it.
Roger, Steve. Well, the thing is, your audio technical signal changes as you move in and out of proximity to the microphone. As you move closer to the microphone, your EQ pattern changes to a heavier bottom end. As you move away from your microphone, the bottom end starts to get more shallow. So what you want to do is to find a place where you want to, where you need to be, like about 2 or 3 inches from that microphone, and you constantly adjust the microphone from that distance. Otherwise, your EQ pattern is going to be shifting everywhere. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Jim. Okay, I think I'm pretty good on the mic gain now.
Alrighty. Now, do you know where your equalization is on that radio?
I do, and this radio does have EQ as opposed to the IC7000, which did not last week. I currently have my, I'm sorry, one second. My transmit bass is set to +1, and the transmit treble is at +4. I think that's +1 and +4.
Okay, and what is your top possibilities on your top end EQ? Is it a 10?
It goes to 5.
All right, well, I would go ahead and move that to a 5 because you need a little more brightness than where you are. So I would make that treble EQ at a 5 and come back and give me 10 seconds about your antenna system so I can hear you.
Okay, right now it's at 4, and I just bumped it to a 5, and I think I have a lot of low end in my voice. I don't have a lot of very flat sounding voice. I just don't have one of those natural broadcast sounding voices like you have, for example. But okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's that?
Yes, sir. I'm looking at your audio on a spectrum analyzer, and you're good across the board, fairly flat across the board. So I would work that microphone just like you are, so we keep that syllabic range equal, balanced to the bottom end. Roger?
QSL, Jim. Okay, I guess we'll leave it at that then.
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe, I tell you what, to roll one more click off the bottom end. Roll -2, I guess it would be on the bottom end. Roger?
Okay, the transmit base is now set to -1. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes, sir, I think so. Give me 10 seconds about the best thing you like about your radio.
Well, it's paid for. Both my radios are paid for, so I keep threatening to go out and get a 7300 and with all the new fangled stuff, but the old radios work just fine.
Yes, sir. I think that's going to do pretty good. Now, when you get a chance, I want you to get a foam windscreen for that microphone, Roger.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. When I've listened to it with headphones and the monitor, I've heard the pop, but definitely I'm sure that would be an improvement. And this microphone is it's a vocal mic, it's a stage mic. So they are designed to be close talk, but I'm trying to stay about 2 inches away and not just off angle slightly, so I'm not popping right into the microphone.
Roger, where you get that foam windscreen, you won't have to be concerned about how you operate the microphone as far as plosives and stuff, because they are magic and they clean all that stuff up and only the words go through. Roger?
Roger. Okay, well, appreciate your help again, and let you move on to the next person.
Yes, sir, Steve. Very good, sir. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday in between time. If you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 1/29/21. That will take you directly to this recording. Roger?
QSL, Jim. Thank you very much. KC9VKV, KC4SM.
Roger, Steve. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 3, Oscar, Victor, Oscar.
There was an Oscar station in there?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. November 3, Ocean, Victoria, Ocean.
Bravo, London United.
November 3, Oscar what?
Oscar, Victor, Oscar. Oscar, Victor, Oscar.
Roger. November 3, Oscar, Victor, Oscar. What's the name there?
Hey, the name here is John, Juliet Oscar, Hotel November. I'm about 3 or 4 miles south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in a little community called Dormont. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. John, and what radio are you running, sir?
I have about a week-old Yaesu FT DX101D.
Roger, John. Now, gosh, we need a little setup there, sir. I think you may be driving your your ALC a little hot. I'm sorry, I got distracted. If you would, let's go through our setup procedure. It starts with a compressor on at a 3. It's a minimum effect, but it's exactly what we need to arrive at a 3 dB dynamic range at the end.
Okay, I think mine goes from a 100 to, so I'll take it down to a 30. I am at 30 now. I'm running through a FD 101D with a HAL 40 microphone. Go ahead.
Roger. So we're just looking for a third of the capabilities of that compressor. So if it's 10 to 100, then it would be a 30. Roger?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I changed it down to. I set it at 30% or 30. Or 1/3 or whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Now let's move to the ALC with mic gain in hand. And as we speak fairly quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so we can see where the meter is on the ALC. With mic gain, adjust that ALC reading to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okie dokie. November 3. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not having it come on here. Wait a second.
Hello, Jimmy.
Okay, we'll try it. Now I got it. November 3, Oscar, Victor, Oscar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somewhere right about there.
Roger, Roger. So now your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3, Roger?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A little bit over half.
Okay, I'm hearing some distortion that shouldn't be there. What mic is that you're running?
I had a television on in the background. That could be doing it, but how about that now? November 3, Oscar, Victor, Oscar.
Now I'm hearing about 20% distortion, and I don't know why. What mic was that you were running?
HAL 40.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I tell you what, take your compressor out and let me hear your radio without the compressor.
Hello, Jimmy.
Yes, who's calling?
I see you're trying to help fellow ham with their audio again. Kudos to you.
Yeah, standby station calling. John, come back and give me 10 on your antenna system. Let me hear you with your compressor out.
Sure, yes, sir. I run a dipole about 52 feet in the air. It's a multi-band 20, 40, 80, 160 dipole. Just fixed it here, put it back together with the new radio, and like I said, just trying it out.
That was without the compressor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Do you have a second mic alternative? Do you have another mic that you might try on that radio?
Sure. Give me 1 second to reach in a drawer and pull it up.
Alrighty, I will do that, because that one, I'm getting about 20% audio distortion on your signal with that microphone. I'm hoping it's the microphone, and if you switch mics and we set up that level again, we hopefully will be clear. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, we'll be right now working with John in Philadelphia. N3OVO, changing microphones.
Yes, sir.
Kilo Whiskey 4, Alpha Romeo.
How does this remote sound, John?
You guys are going to have to stand by. Stand by. I'm working with John. N3OVO. And John, did you get your second mic on there?
Yes, sir. The name John, November 3, Oscar, Victor Oscar, and we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That should give you enough there. How about that?
Yes, sir. Now that microphone sounds cleaner. Go to your, whenever you change microphones, always go back to your AOC and double check your level, because not all mics are created equal. So you want to go back to your AOC with that second mic and do a setup where you're running mid-scale to 2/3 level. Roger, roger?
Okay, roger. Here, we'll try it here. November 3, Oscar, Victor Oscar, N3OVO. That's about, looks good to me.
Roger, roger. Sounds pretty good here. Sounds less distortion than the other microphone. Now, just out of curiosity, what mic level are you running at now?
I am at, wait, let me move it. I'm at 71.
So just almost exactly where you were with the other microphone, not a Roger?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I would run that microphone. I would get a windscreen for it, but I would run that microphone as opposed to the other one, because like I say, I was hearing quite a bit of distortion with the other mic. Roger, roger?
Okay, well, thank you very much, sir, and I'll look forward to the recording.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you go to YouTube, do a call and a search for KC9VKV along with today's date, 1/29/21. That will take you directly to this recording. Roger?
Thank you very much. Appreciate the contact and appreciate the help. November 3, Oscar, Victor Oscar.
Roger, John, 73, sir. This is KC9VKV. Now, who all is calling me? The KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
So this is K2BLE Kilo Bravo United on remote.
Somebody on remote. Who is that on remote? Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Oh, okay. There is someone else calling you too. This is Kilowatt 2. Bravo, London United, K2BLU, operating a WARJ remote. Just wondering how this remote sounds. It's a K3, running about 700 watts. Over.
Yes, sir. What's the name there, please?
Yeah, Jimmy, the name here is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Kilo.
Roger, Zach. Well, let me say this. Your audio signal is absolutely unprocessed. You're running 10 dB dynamic range, which equates to an average percent of peak modulation of 30%. Now, I don't know how much control you have over your remote, but you do, need to be running maybe a fatter signal than that if you, want to be heard. So, do you have control over any of the technical aspects of the radio that you're operating?
Well, the only thing I can control is the audio input here from my end, from the computer end. I did turn it up. Is that any better? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That helps a great deal. Now, continue turning up, and let me see when it starts to flatten out.
Okay, I don't want to go too much more, but hello, radio testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's about as much as I want to go without overdriving according to what I'm seeing on my computer. Over.
Yeah, so that's a lot better. That's about twice as loud as what you were. Probably Gosh, I'm not sure exactly how you would do that, but normally for fattening we run about three clicks on the compressor and then adjust the ALC from mid-scale to 2/3. So like I say, I don't know how much control you have over your operation there, but raising your volume did help quite a bit, Roger. And you're not exceeding the speed limit on that radio, because as you turn it up, obviously the limiter starts working more and more, and when you exceed the speed limit, that limiter will start to show a fattening of the dynamic range, and you're nowhere near that at the moment, Roger.
Okay, well, I don't have much control over it. I can either turn the linear on or off, and I can regulate the mic input from my microphone input in the computer itself. And in terms of compression, there is no compression availability on this. So like I said, the wattage out is only about 15 to 18% into the amplifier. That's all we want, which is giving me about 600 to 700 watts out. That's it. I just wanted to make sure I was relatively clean, since I really can't do much more.
Roger, well, you're louder than what you were. You're about twice as loud as what you were. Keep working the microphone the same way. If you have any kind of volume indication on your computer, keep running it just like you were just that last transmission or the transmission before last. That will be much better than the way you were running it. Roger?
Okay, all right, I got it. Thank you, Jimmy. Keep up the good work and enjoy your day. 7-3 from Kilowatt 2, Bravo, London United on the W8RJ remote in Michigan.
Roger, Zach. And what radio was that in Michigan?
According to my virtual radio on my computer screen, it's a K3.
Roger, Zach. Okay, sir. And like I say, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call out or search for KC9VKV along with today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you directly to this recording, and you can see how we started and how we ended technically. And also there is a spectrum analyzer on set that you can see what your EQ pattern looks like. So 73 for now there, Zach, and have a good afternoon. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. A lot of folks out there. Somebody up around Ontario. Who was that up around Ontario? Was that, try one more time, please. Canadian station, let me, hang on just a minute. My Milford PA is down. Let me try to bring that up, and we will proceed from there, hopefully. Looking good, boom, and boom. So, Canadian station, come back one more time, please.
One more time, please. Yeah, good afternoon, Jim.
Papa, gosh, I know who it is, but you're very weak. Your mobile station's very weak. I'm on Milford now. Usually, that is the best way to copy you up that way, but you're probably about a 3 on Milford this afternoon, Roger.
Milford this afternoon, Roger. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Roger, maybe try a little bit later down the road. We'll be here till 5, so maybe give a shout later on. Maybe the conditions will get better, or you're getting a better situation geographically. But right now you're under the weather. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net for Friday afternoon. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Victor Alpha 3, Juliet Tango. Hello, with you.
Juliet Tango Station. Come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Very fine, Jim. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor. Canadian station Victoria, America 3, Japan Tango, VA3, JP, over.
That's Victor America 3, is that a Roger?
America 3, is that a Roger?
That's a Roger.
Okay, and what's the name there, please?
Okay, and what's the name there, please?
The name is Jim, same as yourself, Doctor.
Yes, sir, Jim. Now, I want you to check to see if you might have your clarifier on. You seem to be slightly high in frequency. Check to be sure your clarifier is off and that your frequency is 7188.000.
000.
Okay, it is off, and I believe I am drifting. Everything else that you have told me to do, Jim, I've done it, and I'm working the world with this old FD101 Echo, but I still have, I'm off frequency. I'd have many advice, Jim, over.
All right, sir. I just wanted you to know you were slightly high. Roger, Roger.
You're slightly high. Roger, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
And your audio is cutting through. Your dynamic range looks to be about 3 dB, so you're in good shape there. The EQ pattern, you're slightly thin, but if you do a lot of contesting, you probably want it that way.
You probably want it that way.
Okay, brother. All right. It's just, I know I'm off frequency, and I'm 77 vision problem. Just wondering how to get myself stable. The rig, I mean.
Frequency-wise, you mean?
Frequency-wise, you mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will transmit to you. You take your VFO and adjust your VFO very slowly until my voice sounds correct. So where it doesn't sound like Mickey Mouse and it doesn't sound like Darth Vader. That would be the way I would suggest that you do that. Did you say you were visually challenged?
Say you were visually challenged?
Also, Jim.
Yes, sir. I'm now copying you on the Arlington, Virginia SDR a little bit better. Again, I say, if you adjust your VFO to where my voice sounds right, and you have to be very careful that you adjust it very slowly, that will, if my voice sounds right to you, after you adjust it, your voice back to me should sound the same, should sound natural. Roger?
Voice back to me should sound the same, should sound natural. Roger?
Jim, I've got somebody that's trying to tune up on the frequency. It's not nice to tune up on an active frequency. It's not very courteous, so please do not tune up on an active frequency. Jim, do you still copy KC9VKV?
Still copy KC9VKV.
KC9VKV, Victor Alpha 3, Japan Tango. Yes, Jim, I did tune you so you sounded natural, but it could be my rig is off, over.
Yes, sir. There may be a discrepancy between your transmit and receive. I would consult a doctor on that, an electronic doctor, if you get a chance. Roger, Roger.
If you get a chance, Roger, Roger.
Roger. But everything else you told me to do, Jim, I've done it, and it's working fantastic. And I'm constantly working with ZSs with 100 watts.
Yes, sir, Jim. I copy 100 watts. Well, let me say 73 up that way, sir. You are definitely making the trip back this way. I'm copying you, matter of fact, on the Georgia SDR, my Atlanta, Georgia SDR. Roger?
The Georgia SDR. Roger?
Roger, Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I always thank you for your correct advice. KC9VKV, Victor Alpha 3, Tango, clear.
Roger, Jim. 73 up that way. Your dynamic range is right on target at 3 dB. Just if we could get that transmit frequency a little closer, that's all we need to do. 73 up that way, sir. Thanks for checking in. And if you want to hear your recording, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you directly to this recording. So this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out, give me a shout.
3 Kilo Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India.
Zulu, Whiskey, India. Come back slowly with your call sign phonetically, please.
Yes, this is Kilowatt Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India. KB8 Zulu Whiskey India.
Roger, Zulu, Whiskey, India. What is the name there, sir?
That's Bravo Romeo Yankee Alpha November. Brian with the Y there. Over.
Roger, Brian, and where are you located, sir?
Yes, I'm in Marysville, Ohio. I do have to say, you were strong 5 over 9, but all of a sudden the QS Baker has completely wiped you out there. Over.
Roger. Well, I've been wiped out before. I always come back, so, that's part of it. That's the name of the game. You never can be sure what Mother Nature has in store for you. Well, Brian, what radio are you running today, sir?
Oh, very good. Yeah, thank you. You did pick up there. The rig today is the IC7300, the ICOM 7300. I'm using the stock microphone, no amplifier, 100 watts into an inverted V in the backyard there. Over.
Doing an excellent job. Now, for our setup, we usually recommend bringing that compressor up and on at a 3. Compressor on at a 3. Roger.
At a 3. Roger. Oh, Roger. Yeah, let me try that. A little bit more compression there, as you suggest there, and then I up the compression up by one. Over.
Roger. Now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation. Roger, as you speak fairly quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so you can see where the meter is.
Okay, well, very good. Yeah, I guess the ALC is up to full scale. That is up to halfway on the scale. On the ICOM, you're likely very familiar with it. It goes all the way to the end of the red line there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. But we only want to run that about 75% max. We don't want to run it all the way to the end of the ALC line. Roger.
Oh, very good. I think what you're telling me is I need to back it down a little bit. Let me adjust that and do that. So I'm backing off the mic gain to accomplish that. Backing off the mic gain now, and now it's about right where under the 5, so it's not quite full scale there anymore. Over.
Yes, sir. Yeah, mid-scale to 2/3 is what we're looking for. That will give you a 3 dB dynamic range, which is an average percent of peak modulation of 80 to 85%. Roger.
5%. Roger. Okay, well, very good. I did not copy that last. My apologies. Apparently today I'm getting to you better than I'm receiving there. Over.
Roger. Yes, there are somebody that needs to tune up on the frequency. I don't quite understand why somebody would want to tune up on an active frequency, but we do have some discourteous people. Roger.
Oh, Roger. I do understand, and I think there they went again. So yeah, I've backed down the mic gain, a little bit there to hopefully get only to 35% of the ALC. Over.
Roger. We're not looking for 35%. We're looking from 50 to 75%. 50 to 75%. 50 to 3/4. Mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
Scale to 2/3. Roger. Oh, Roger. 2/3. That definitely makes sense. And we're about right there now. So the ALC peaks right under where the 7 would be on the small scale there at the 7300.
Yes, sir. That's looking good. That's looking about 3 dB dynamic range, which is what you want to be. And do you know where your EQ is, your transmit EQ on that radio?
Yeah, my transmit EQ, I have the bass at -1. And I have the treble. The treble is at +3. So bass -1, treble +3. Over.
Roger. Try coming up one more click on your treble EQ. One more click boost on your treble EQ. Roger. Treble EQ, roger.
Okay, that is +1 on the treble EQ, +1 on the treble EQ. Actually, so I was mistaken before. I was at -1 and +4. Now I am at -1 on the bass, +5, +5 on the treble. Over.
Yes, sir. You're a little bit brighter now. That's what you needed. So I think we got her there, sir. Roger.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, I definitely thank you for taking the time. I've checked in with you before, but my goodness, it's been quite some time. But it's nice to get up on the radio here and have someone with a good ear give you some comments on the audio. And then I'll apologize for those other stations tuning up on us. It does make it kind of rough to receive you when the ALC is kicking in. I'm sorry, the AGC is kicking in on that tuning frequency and kind of knocks you down a little bit. But thank you very much from Ohio today. By the way, you sound great as always. This is KTA to ZWI. Back to you.
Roger, Brian. And what was the spelling of your name one more time?
Yes, that was Bravo Romeo Yankee Alpha November. Bravo Romeo Yankee Alpha November. And that call sign is Kilowatt Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India. KD8 ZWI, Brian with a Y in Ohio. Over.
Roger, Brian. Well, let me say 73, sir. Thanks for checking in. And to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you directly to this recording. Roger?
Roger. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I think it's awesome what you do. Please keep up the good work. KD8 ZWI 73.
Roger, Brian. 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey Papa?
Papa Station, come back again with your call sign slowly, phonetically. There was a station that ended in Papa. Come back slowly with your call sign phonetically, please.
Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Whiskey Zulu 2 Portugal. Over.
Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Jim. Hey, I just had a quick question. You helped me a few months back, and I haven't touched the thing, but I just had a quick question, and I'll let you get back to the others. Do you have, I'm just trying to understand how you're doing it. I'm kind of curious, and so I'm somewhat interested in doing something similar. Are you using like some kind of multi-channel output sound card and have multiple streams running that you switch between, or exactly how is that done in your situation? Over.
I'm running 4 tablets, 4 Amazon Fire tablets, and each one is running its own Internet SDR, Arlington SDR, Milford SDR, Rochester SDR, and Georgia SDR, Roger. And those 4 come up on a 6-position rotary switch along with my local radio audio, Roger.
Okay, cool stuff. Well, I appreciate that. You're certainly welcome to comment on the audio, but I think you had set me up, and I really appreciate it. And I'd always wanted to ask you how you were doing those switches, because obviously it can be very annoying to have multiple audio streams coming through simultaneously. So I was curious as to how you were doing it. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming back to me. You have a great weekend. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa.
Roger. And what's the name there, please?
Oh, it's Rich. Romeo India Charlie Hotel, located in Garrison, New York. Over.
Roger. And what's your radio?
IC 7300, a 160-meter full-wave loop, and running about 700 watts with a TL922 and a homebrew microphone. Over.
Roger, Rich. Well, everything sounds beautiful. You did a good job on your microphone, Roger.
Yep, thank you. Well, I bought a store-bought element, of course, but I built out a mic circuit for it. It's a 34-millimeter dynamic, not electret, but a condenser element which I supply it with phantom power. So not a dynamic, but a condenser. But yeah, thank you very much, Jim, and appreciate knowing how you're doing that stuff with the SDRs. Thank you.
Roger, Roger. Now, I don't really, obviously each SDR has a chevron that has the audio signal strength, but when you have these, I'm on a rotary selector, and so when I'm looking for a signal, I'm not really looking at the meters, I'm just listening to the audio for absence of white noise. Roger, Roger.
Right, no, and you know what it is? I'm looking to do something like that when you have a round table on HF and there's guys either too close to you or too far away from you, and you need some alternate receivers to tap into to keep everybody sort of in the QSO. So that's how I'd be using it. Not so much for signal strength as much as just being able to hear somebody versus not hearing them. Over.
Roger, well, that's exactly what I'm doing most of the time. And also, I have a input source indicator, which is a row of lights on the lower right-hand side of the video that shows what position that the input selector is. So it will show whether I'm on my local receiver or which SDR I am, and it does that automatically, Roger. Well, if you want to see it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, along with today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you to this recording, and you'll be able to see how it all works.
Yes, Jim, and I have been on your your YouTube channel, and what a setup you've got. So fantastic. Thank you again. I'll let you get back to it, and always appreciate what you do as well. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa, New York. Have a good weekend.
Roger, Roger. Rich, 73 that way, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and we'll catch you later. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Something ending in Gulf. Station ending in Gulf. Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Whiskey 3, Hotel Delta Golf.
Was that Delta Hotel Golf?
Whiskey 3, Hotel Delta Golf.
I'm sorry, I have a little impulse noise from time to time. One more time, slowly, phonetically, please, sir.
Whiskey 3, Hotel Delta Golf.
All right, now that I have recovered from my dyslexia, I've got you Hotel Delta Golf. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Name is Al, Alpha Lima.
Roger, Al, and what's your location, sir?
I'm in Youngsville, Pennsylvania, about an hour east of Erie.
And what radio are you running, sir?
Running an FT991A with a dynamic mic.
Impulse noise got me again. One more time on the mic slowly, please.
Just using a dynamic music mic.
What? Just give me the nomenclature. I can copy it. I just had a noise burst when you gave it to me last.
It's just a dynamic mic I bought from Amazon.
All right. Enough said there, sir. Gosh, give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system so I might listen to your audio.
Yeah, I'm running the FT991A barefoot 100 watts at a random wire, 132 foot long, about 25 feet up.
All right, sounding pretty good. You could use a windscreen. You might make a note to get a windscreen for that mic, and it needs a little more top end. You have a nice EQ across your curve, but you need a little more top end for balance. So if you know where your onboard EQ is, let's go there and maybe set that up. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Give me about a sec here so I can go through the menu.
Yes, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. Right now we're working with Al. I guess it is. Is that Al?
Yeah, Roger, Alpha Lima.
Roger. I didn't know whether it was Alabama or but anyway, I got it now. There was a period after the L, so I thought it might have been Alabama, but it's Al. And we're right now he's doing a little activity on his radio trying to find his EQ, so we might brighten him up just a tad. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. It's about 20 minutes till 5. We turn into a pumpkin at 5. So, if you have a radio you want to check out, we'll be working on that here for a minute, and then it'll be open for grabs.
All right, I've got my equalizer here pulled up.
Okay, Al, you've got your EQ pulled up, Roger, and tell me what it's reading right now.
EQ frequency is off. EQ level is 5. EQ BWTH is 10.
All right, let's fade back and punt here just for a minute. We want that radio on the widest bandpass possible, mainly 100 to 2900. Bandpass of 100 to 2900 to begin with. Roger?
Yeah, Roger.
Okay, so your bandpass is 100 to 2900. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, 2400 right now.
Okay, do you have a selection of 100 to 2900?
Yeah, I go up to 3200 actually.
Well, we don't want that. 100 to 2900 is where we want that bandpass.
Roger, I got it set at 2900 right now.
All right, so, and now, is that a 3-band EQ you're running?
Roger, Roger.
Okay, we want the middle band, the mid-band flat, plus or minus 0. Mid-band should be flat. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. It's set of flat.
I think you might have hit your frequency control, might have hit your VFO. This is KC9VKV Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, talking to Al, and I think he might have hit his VFO. Al, are you back?
Actually, somebody doubled with you there. It sounded like when I unkeyed there, he was still talking.
Roger, Al. Okay, I thought you might have hit your VFO. All right, so now we have our mid-band EQ flat. We want to move to the top end. What is it currently reading on the top end treble EQ?
Okay, I don't have a true equalizer. I just have different levels. No treble, no bass.
Do you have, is it like an 8-band EQ, a 10-band EQ, or is it really a 3-band EQ?
It's 3-band.
Okay, so you should have a top EQ control, a mid-band EQ control, and a bottom bass EQ. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Can I take just a minute, hit my manual real quick?
Roger. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, working with Al now, W3HDG in Pennsylvania, I guess.
Yeah, Roger, W3HDG. It's a 3-stage paramedic equalizer adjustment.
Okay, so we're not talking about making adjustments to the parametric part. We're just talking about the overall boost or cut controls, mainly for the treble, the top treble EQ boost control. We want to take it 3 clicks hotter than what it is. 3 clicks hotter than where it is on the treble EQ. Not the curve, but the actual intensity of the control.
Okay, made to 1500, essentially gets the lowest part of treble. How's that sound?
What was 1500?
1500 hertz.
That's the mid-range, isn't it? We want to go up higher than that. What's your top EQ treble setting position as far as frequency?
It's 1500 to 3200 hertz.
All right, 1500 is the mid-range control, so we want to move it up to 32. It's 3.2 or whatever that is.
Okay, Roger, just change it to 3200.
All right, now go to your bass control. I want you to roll 2 off of your bass, 2 clicks down negative on your bass from where you are.
Okay, Roger, how's this sound now?
All right, tell me 10 seconds. Take it one more click. One more click roll on the bass frequency, Roger.
Yeah, okay, Roger, how's this sound for you?
Okay, give me 10 seconds on your antenna system. Let me hear your audio.
Okay, running the FTA991A antenna is a random wire, 132 foot long, up about 25 foot.
All right, I want you to back off 2 inches from that where you are, 2 inches back off your mic, and tell me something you like about your radio.
I'm still learning the FTA991A. It's got a lot of options, and it's very in-depth, and I'm slowly starting to learn. My old radio was an IC740.
Okay, I want you to run that microphone just like that. You avoid any of the transient plosives and stuff when you work at that distance. Now I want you to go back to the top, and do you have any EQ left on the treble control?
No, that's maxed out at 3200.
All right, and your mid-range is flat. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
All right, you might take one more off the bottom, one more click minus off the bottom, and let me hear you.
Okay, Roger, how's that sound now?
All right, tell me something I don't know for 10 seconds, and let me hear you.
I was a volunteer firefighter for 15 plus years, retired about 6 years ago.
Yes, sir. Okay, now I want you to go back to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and I want you to reset your ALC level, because we did quite a bit of EQing there, and I think you might be able to get a little bit better ALC reading. We want an ALC reading of mid-scale to 2/3 while you speak fairly quickly and adjust it with your mic gain control.
Roger, Roger. How's this sound? Any different in the sound?
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You're about 3 dB dynamic range, which is pretty much where we want that to be. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I really appreciate the help.
Yes, sir, and it sounds nice, and your EQ curve is very good. So, and if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV along with today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you directly to this recording so you can see our progression as we went along. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Thanks. W3HTG 73 CMM.
Roger, Roger. Al 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Victor Echo 3, Papa, Charlie, Papa.
Papa, Charlie, Papa station. Gosh, I can hear you now, Roger.
Yeah, very good afternoon, Jim. I'm at home now, so get a little bit more power and a better antenna. Hi, hi.
All right, I thought you found the magic pull-off point on that travels home, and we're in the major propagation point. But I understand now you're at home, Roger.
Yeah, QSO. Yeah, I got designated. The dogs have had their supper and a whole walk, so I can sit down to the radio for a few minutes and say good afternoon. V3 PCP.
Roger. Now your audio is very mid-rangey, very upper mids, Roger.
Well, it is what it is. I'm running my Kenwood TS850 and Kenwood MC80 desk mic, and that's what I've been running for quite some period of time. So I'm not sure that it's changed or not. Running an amplifier today, so maybe that changes it too.
Roger, I don't know. You might check your EQ. But anyway, so it's good for contesting. But I think I remember you being pretty full, and right now it sounds like it's rolling out at about 400 cycles or before. Roger.
Yeah, because I have no EQ on this radio. It's a Kenwood, so
They don't normally come with or require EQs, but anyway, just processor and mic gain QSO.
Roger. What might work closer? Use proximity effect. Maybe get a little more bottom end if you were closer mic. Roger.
Yeah, it could be. I'm a little bit closer there now. How's that? Maybe I can turn my. Looks like I'm a little bit hot here, so maybe I'll turn the mic gain down a little bit and come in closer. How's that? The 3 PCP.
Roger. That took it on down to about 300 cycle rollout. So it sounds better that way. Roger. Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I had the mic gain up a little higher and was out away from the mic farther, so I'm back within about 4 or 5 inches from the mic now, QSO.
Roger. And what's your power rating right now?
Oh, somewhere around 300 watts RMS, I guess.
Roger. Doing a good job. And what was your antenna system?
I have a ground-mounted fan vertical, so it's actually running an inverted L for 40 meters. It's about 18 or 20 feet straight vertical, and the rest of it's on an inverted L configuration, QSO.
Roger, doing a good job. I'm copying you on my local antenna. Usually I think I'm on the Milford SDR, but I'm on my local antenna now. You're sounding good, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. Here's some other fellows chatting in the background there. I'm not sure whether you can hear them or not.
Very little in my noise level, pretty much, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. This one fellow was saying he's 10 miles away running a kilowatt or something like that. But anyway, they're not bothering you at all. They're way down below you. So anyway, that's good. I'll let you carry on. Good chatting this afternoon. There fellows that need some help there. 7-3, good afternoon. KC9VKV, V3 PCP.
Roger there. PCP, sounding good. 73 that way, sir. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you next Friday if you get a chance. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net for Friday afternoon. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Japan 4, kilowatt WQ Bravo.
0 Papa.
I think I hear my Elmer way back in there somewhere. Elmer, where are you? Well, I'm not copying you on my local antenna. I am copying you on Milford just a little bit, Roger.
On Milford just a little bit, Roger.
That's Roger. I'm at the farm running 1,000 watts. I'm at the say hello at the farm on 1,000 watts N9 GTO.
Roger, Elmer. I copy you at the farm on 1,000 watts, and you are sounding best on the Atlanta, Georgia SDR, Roger.
Atlanta, Georgia SDR, Roger.
Roger, on the Atlanta, Georgia SDR. Well, you're sounding good, too, as well here. You're a 20 over there, Roger.
Roger, I wonder why I'm not copying you hardly at all on my local, Roger.
You hardly at all on my local, Roger.
Because my antenna, the angle of the dangle is mainly probably north. I don't know. It's probably transmitting southeast, due south. I don't know.
Roger, well, a mystery, always a mystery. RF is always a mystery. You just never know unless you happen to be sitting on the antenna at the time you key it.
On the antenna at the time you key it.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to put up an antenna as soon as it warms up for 40 meters, and you'll be able to hear me just fine. I'll put up the boomerang, the Da Vinci boomeranger. Over.
Roger. Well, I'll be looking forward to that, Elmer.
All right, sir. You have a great day. God bless. 73's N9 GTO clear.
Roger. In GTO, better known as my Elmer. 3's that away, sir. It's 73. Have a great afternoon. And he is about 12 miles away. How far is that?
How far is that?
Well, he's already gone out of service. So anyway, he's about 12 miles distance from me on a kilowatt, and I can't copy him. I had to use the Georgia SDR to get a copy on him. We're up around Louisville. So there you go. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There's somebody that's pretty ragged there Gosh, try it again. This is KC9VKV. Loud station, try it again, please.
Whiskey 4, Papa Whiskey Mike.
November 4.
Whiskey, Whiskey Mike, was that?
Whiskey 4, Papa Whiskey Mike.
That's the one. Let me get you down here. Whiskey 4. What was the rest?
Papa Whiskey Mike, sir.
Roger, sir. Well, let's see. I don't know where to start, sir. You have some kind of something going on there. I'm not sure what. But anyway, I'm talking to Papa Whiskey Mike, and I want you to give me 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system so I might try to figure out what's going on with your audio.
Oh, that's a Roger. Antenna is a ZS-BKW mounted between two oak trees at about 40 feet off the ground, oriented east-west.
Okay, what mic are you using, sir?
Using the electric condenser that came with the ICOM 7100, which is brand new. Should sound okay.
Yes, sir. Well, not the way you're running it, though. You need to pull that mic to the side of your mouth and talk across it. Do not talk directly into it. We're getting it just, your plosives are louder than your words. So you want to work that mic, pull it to the side of your mouth and work across it. Roger?
Well, I'll be glad to do that. How does the mic gain sound to you, sir?
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet. Let's, if you have a compressor, we want to engage it at about a 3. And what's your name, sir?
Name's Peter.
Your plosive got you. What's your name?
Name is Peter, Mr. Ferguson.
Yes, sir, Pete. Just keep that mic to the side of your mouth and work across it now. All right, so we engage your compressor at a 3. Roger?
Compressor is engaged.
All right, now let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC to where it reads mid-scale to 2/3. Now what you want to do is you want to speak fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so you can get that meter up and see where it is. And then with your mic gain control, you want to adjust it for mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gain is approximately mid-scale, and the ALC looks like it is clipping about a half the time.
Clipping? No, it's reading. Is that what you meant?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Again, maybe pull that mic just a little bit further back on your towards the edge of your lips, and let me hear you there for a minute.
I will let you hear me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. RF power at 100 watts. Mic gain now at 50%.
Yes, sir. Now, that's a lot cleaner technically, so you want to remember exactly the way you work that microphone, and every time you work that hand mic, put it exactly at that same place and be talking across it. Now, do you know where your EQ, onboard EQ is?
Sorry, I don't. It's a new unit for me.
Okay, let me give you a note to self. When you find EQ, I want you to go +3 clicks from wherever you are. +3 clicks treble EQ from wherever you are. Roger?
Roger Wilco, thank you.
Roger, and just remember to keep working that microphone the same way. Then after you set your EQ, refer back to your ALC for another operation of setting it to mid-scale to 2/3. Because, you know, every time you do something, it changes the possible level of your ALC. And your ALC is the Bible for that radio. And you want to run that ALC mid-scale to 2/3. So, you know, when you make an EQ change, always go back to your ALC to be sure it's reading right. And when you change mics or something like that, always refer back to your ALC for proper mic level. Roger?
Thank you very much for your help, sir. 73.
Yes, sir. And let's see, Pete, what radio are you running now?
This is an ICOM 7100.
7100, Roger, Pete. And what is your location, sir?
We're in the northeast Georgia mountains.
Roger, Georgia, sounding really good. So 73 for now, and you have a great afternoon. If you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 12921, it will take you directly to this recording. Roger?
Very much obliged, and thanks again for the service.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, sir. And you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV. We're rapidly approaching my turning into a pumpkin, I think it is. But if you want to hear your radio, let's do one more. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KA1 CFM.
Was that CFM? Give me the call sign slowly, phonetically.
Kilo Alpha 1, Charlie Sierra Mike.
CSM, Roger, Roger, sir. And what's the name there?
Name is Chris, and I'm in North Georgia.
Roger, that was Chris. Is that a Roger?
Roger.
In Georgia. And what's your radio, sir?
I'm on a Yazoo 891 with 100 watts, and I'm feeding it into a center-fed dipole about 14 feet off the ground.
All right, so if you would like to give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system specifically, I will listen a little closer to your audio, Roger.
Roger that. Just more information on the antenna. Is that what you asked?
Yes, sir. Okay, I've got enough. We want to start our setup procedure with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what it needs to do, Roger.
Roger that. Let me see if I can find that. Sir, I'm kind of new to this. I apologize. I do not know where that is.
That's all right. Let me give you some notes, and you can take notes and do it when you find things. First thing is engage your compressor at a 3. Turn your compressor on and adjust it to a 3. Once you have that, then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, adjust your ALC meter to run mid-scale to 2/3 by way of adjusting your mic gain control. Roger?
Roger that. I copy.
All right, then go to your EQ, and I would go plus 2 clicks hotter treble EQ than where you are. Plus 2 clicks hotter treble EQ from where you are. Roger?
Roger that. I copy.
And I think you should be in pretty good shape then. If you get a chance, join us next Friday, and we'll give a listen to you. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Thanks for the contact, 73.
Roger, Roger, Chris, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And with that, hey, we are turning into a pumpkin. We got to get out of here. We've enjoyed it since 3:30. And if you have participated and want to hear what your call radio sounds like, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to along with today's date, 1/29/21, that will take you directly to this recording. Now, if you just do a call letter search, it will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, where we're now featuring about 1,480 QSO-VLOG recordings. But just for today and this recording, it's KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 1/29/21 on the YouTube search. Got to get out of here now. This is KC9VKV, returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV Clear.
Any chance of one more? WA8 OPR.
OPR, yeah, we'll do one more for you, sir. Come back slowly, phonetically, with the call sign.
Thank you, sir. Whiskey Able 8, Ocean Papa Radio, WA8 OPR. Just a quick check to see if there's any RF on the frequency, and I'm running an old piece of equipment, TS930. Back to you, sir.
A TS930 sounds really good. I don't hear any RF in the AF, if that's what you're asking.
I was, and I appreciate it. So, good to go. Let you go in peace. Thank you for your service. Over.
Yes, sir. What's the name there?
Terry.
Okay, Terry. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Oh, suburb of Detroit, Farmington, Michigan. And by the way, you're 20 over S9. Tremendous signal.
Thank you very much, Terry. Likewise, sounded really good on my local antenna. So 73, sir, and your dynamic range is 3 dB, exactly where you need to be, and a good audio curve. So we'll say 373 for now, and we'll catch you later. and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is now KC9VKV, again returning the frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.